So here we are Friday morning. Sylvia's just leaving now to go into Parksville, and she'll be completely homeless, having a sleeping bag with her, rubber sheet, pack sack, but no money, no rings, nothing to sell. I have a lot of concerns about this experiment with her being hyperglycemic and her safety, of course. Have you got any thoughts before you leave, Sylvia?
Well, I'm actually kind of excited to do this. I think it's going to be a different experience for me, but something that I hope that we'll be able to, for us to understand better what it's like to be out on the street. And so we'll just see how it goes, and hopefully I can document some things. I see some apples on the ground here, but they're not very good. That would have worked to have something to eat. And then also it's garbage day, so I was out kind of looking through the garbage, but you know. Well, I'm going to go into the Salvation Army because they have some food this morning, and I see that people are starting to line up already, which is really incredible. It's only 9:30 in the morning. Okay, look who I found. What a bonus to meet you here. So what you're saying, something about weekends are tough. What do you do on a weekend then? Like do you actually go hungry?
Sometimes, but this time of year there's lots of blackberries and fruit and stuff, You learn how to deal with it.
Yeah. Do you ever, are you a dumpster diver?
Yeah, I go to Can all the time, right? So it's not hard to make a couple of dollars. I'll show you that later.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
The residents need some way of keeping in touch with people, and can't afford to go buy the newspaper every day. Right?
No, I walked all the way to French Creek, to the Salvation Army office. They said that they close at 1, and it is 3 o'clock. So anyway, I guess that's what happens when you don't know what's going on in the community. I'm pretty exhausted. It's a long way for me to walk anyway. My feet hurt, my legs hurt. I decided I'm going to walk up to the Baptist church, and I'm going to see if they've got any food there, just to get me through today.
We can help you with a bag of groceries. We're not a food bank, but we do keep emergency groceries on hand.
Looks like they gave me enough to even do tomorrow, so that's really cool. I'm so thankful for that. Well, this is after my first morning sleeping on the outside, and as you can tell, I stepped on a swing. Here's my wake-up call in the morning, the Crow chorus line. I slept in town because it was close to washrooms, but when I went to go get the key, there wasn't one. So I'm going to have to head off down to the park, I guess. I have to go and try and find another bathroom. Being older, that necessity is pretty desperate. If I got into trouble medically, then I think it would be really difficult, especially when I didn't have any of my Medicare, any ID, or money. Okay, Steve has arrived with Manna food. Here's my friend, Stefan. It's really not that bad. I probably could go and maybe panhandle, but I don't know. That's a tough one for me, but I might do it. Did my first garbage pick, and I saw people were looking at me, but I just didn't look at them. So I scored. Yay! I stopped at the career center and I went in to see if they had any day jobs, but they don't. But she did tell me some stuff, what to do, what they offered, how much you have to clean up and stuff. And she said, well, that's another issue. So that's what happened in there. Today was a very bad day. I went down to the liquor store to do some panhandling. Everybody was very rude, indifferent, angry. It was really demeaning, I'll tell you, to do that, and I'm not going to do it again. You know, there's so many issues about this as well as I have a backpack, and it's so heavy on my back that it's almost debilitating. So you have to make sure you stash it someplace. Well, I walked up to the bottle depot with all my bottles. So I made $3.58. This is a beautiful beach down at the Parksville Park. The only things that I can focus on are those things right there. Some people don't like looking at me. When I panhandled, the women especially were very, they just had that sort of air of, oh, this is, she's dirty, she's stupid, she's, can't she get a life? Yeah, so because I don't have any ID, they wouldn't give me any. Plus also I didn't have $1 to pay for internet access. Men were a little bit better. At least they would look at you and say, no, they don't have any money. The constant walking, you're sort of wandering around, not knowing what you're supposed to be doing. It's very lonely. It's very boring. All you think about basically is where you're going to eat and sleep. Maybe you can find, a network of people that you can hang out with, but otherwise, what do you do with yourself? Well, this is the last morning of my journey. I'm tired. I need a bath, and I just want to get home. And people who even deal with folks like the homeless or the mentally ill, I think they get a little bit tired too. They get burnt out. I see that in some of the people. Some of them are very loving and kind and patient, where others are just, did you hear me say that? One guy's comment was, no, I pay taxes for welfare, which is understandable. I guess they don't understand how much welfare they get. It's been quite an experience actually, but one that I don't want to continue on with. Lots of walking around, hot. Unfortunately, that's one thing that we have to work on is people's attitudes. At the end of the day, you just really didn't come up with much, and you have to do that every day. People looking at you strange when you're going through the garbage, but I guess that's what it's like living on the street. So this is over with, and I hope that somehow this will bring attention to how people live on the street. So we all need to be thankful for what we've got, and God bless. And so why am I doing this? I'm just doing it to bring awareness to homelessness, and for people to be just find a little bit more kindness in their hearts towards these people. It is hard. It's ongoing. It's not going to get better, and so we just have to work hard in our own little way to try and make it better for people.